Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. While you guys are entering the room, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's go. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the family. We here. Shout out to the family. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I want you guys to hold your heads up, okay? Hold your heads up. Hold your heads up, family. This ain't the time to be sad and be down and be upset. No. We are on a mission right now. We are in the middle of a battle right now. We don't have time to be feeling down right now. We got work to do, ladies and gentlemen. Like I state every day on this platform, we got a battle on our hands, and I'm ready to go to battle, ladies and gentlemen. What about you? I am ready to go to battle. What about you? Right? Carmelo Anthony's retrial was denied, which I expect, by the way. I just didn't want to speak it verbally, right? I wanted to see how this was going to play out. But I expect this. I'm not surprised. But that doesn't mean that this is a loss. I told you, family, we are not victims. We are victors. We are victorious. I told you, that's my name from now on. Victorious, ladies and gentlemen. Victorious. Carmelo Anthony still got his life, ladies and gentlemen. He still got his life. But we still got to make sure that we support this brother. And we do what we need to do to keep his name alive and well. The attorneys have already filed for an appeal. This may take some time, but so what? We got work to do. Shout out to the family. I see y'all in the building. Shout out to Alexis, Buttercup, Nicole, Patricia, Monica, Miss Mel. I see y'all. Mighty Me, SR in the building. Zach Goham, everybody in the building. Brandon, I see everybody in the building. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys. Yes, indeed. Keep your heads up, family. Keep your heads up. I'm ready to go to war. Right? I'm ready to go to war. This ain't do nothing to me. I know the white supremacists out here so excited, like, yeah, he got his retrial denied. But Carmelo Anthony still got his life, ladies and gentlemen. Clap it up for Carmelo still being alive on today. Clap it up for Carmelo Anthony still being alive on today. I can't say the same for somebody else, ladies and gentlemen. I can't say the same for somebody else. But I see a lot of people, even black people out here, that's tap dancing against Carmelo Anthony, which I expected. I'm not surprised. But we just got to stay strong, family. We just got to stay strong. I'm not sad. I told you, I am a part of the warrior class. I don't look at black people like victims. I don't look at us like victims. We are the warrior class. And we just got to keep fighting. We got to keep putting one foot forward and just continue to build, continue to grow, continue to be more loud, more vocal, and be unified, family. We are a threat when we are unified. They know that. That's why they had to make sure they send the denial through an email and not Friday, because they already had their mind made up that they was going to deny this case. But it's cool. But I really was more focused on getting this information out about Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf, right? We are going to make sure that we continue to push this out there, because they try to portray that this boy was some innocent young man and this had nothing to do with race, and black people are just pulling the race card, and Jeff Metcalf wasn't racist. His mother wasn't racist. He was a beloved white young man. And Carmelo was this vicious, angry young black boy that was looking to unalive somebody. Yeah, the truth came out. The truth came out, and they got to cope with the truth. That's why you don't hear none of these people holding him accountable for what came out on his history. But I am going to make sure that y'all see this and y'all hear this. And we are going to continue to highlight Austin Metcalf for being a racist, anti-black, degenerate animal thug that he is, just like his father. But I feel victorious, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not upset. I'm not down. I'm not crying. Free Carmelo Anthony until he's backwards. We didn't get the results that we want. That does not mean that we take our ball and go home. That means we keep fighting. But we expose Austin Metcalf, because, family, the first thing that the mainstream media did when all of this information came out was blast Carmelo Anthony about these alleged text messages about him on the verge and licking blood off a knife and all of this, which is context around all these text messages, which doesn't mean anything to me, because Carmelo Anthony don't have victims. He don't have a criminal record. He not known for beating up young girls, beating up his teammates, beating up and choking his mother, beating up his father. He don't have none of that. So all these alleged text messages about stalking, none of that moved me. It may move a few black people that I see out here that's trying to say, oh, Carmelo had a troubled background. Okay, cool, bro. I can say the same about you. None of us was perfect growing up. But Carmelo Anthony didn't spray paint racist graffiti. He didn't get arrested in middle school. He wasn't punching young girls. He wasn't doing none of that. He wasn't choking his mother. He didn't get arrested for racist graffiti. None of that. But shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. We are here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. While you guys are coming in the room, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. But first things first, family. Before I get into the show on this evening, I understand that the platform that I am building right now, I am going to receive a lot of backlash, and I'm ready for it. A lot of black people is trying to find their way to discredit me and trying to intervene because I am a vocal, independent black man with my own thoughts. And I'm not scared to hold anyone accountable. So I want to address this comment right here, ladies and gentlemen, that this lady left on my, what's her name? Brandy. She left on my video. She said, "Hey, gentlemen, Den, I looked over your Instagram and noticed you used to be a Trump supporter. You also did a reaction video saying that 99% of black people don't wake up with racism on their mind. It appears your mind has shifted. Can you explain why the sudden shift?" No problem. I'll explain to you, right? Most black people don't wake up with racism on their mind, man. We are not a victim like you are. And a lot of, and I know this is like a Democrat shield, shaming tactic, very passive aggressive. And you want to shame me by calling me a Trump supporter because I criticize the Democrat Party. And, you know, I'm not a slave like you are, like most black people is. They think about crying about racism and not, you know, doing nothing about it is going to change their life, right? Most of black people don't think about racism, right? We address racism, but we build, we create, we are focused on unity, right? We don't vote against racism. We vote for empowerment. Let me say that again. We don't vote for or against racism. We vote for empowerment. I didn't wake up thinking about racism. Most black people wake up thinking about getting money, elevating their lives, taking care of their family, doing all the things we need to do to make sure that we get ahead in this life. See, black people like you, right? And this is the number one shaming tactic that a lot of black people like to do when they want to discredit black men. And you speak against the Democrat plantation, they like to call you a Trump supporter, right? Oh, you a Trump supporter. What's the shift? There's no shift, man. There's no shift. There's no shift. See, the difference between you and me is I call for black people to be independent, and I call for black people to be empowered. I don't cry about Trump. I don't sit up here and blame Trump. I don't give a damn what Trump doing. We got work to do as black people. And what a lot of black people don't like is black people being unified, black people being on code, and we are focusing on empowering one another. We can address racism, but we are not going to sit down on our hands and wait on the Democrat Party to come save us, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what we're going to do. So they like to come over here in spaces like this to try to intervene. When they see my chat and they see us growing, they say, hold on, why he not praising the Democrat Party? Why he not criticizing Trump every day? See, that's what they want me to do. They want me to cry about Trump every day. That's not what I do. I am not a victim like you. I am not a victim like you. I am victorious. My ancestors are victorious. That's why y'all trying to find some way to discredit me. If you think that I am a Trump supporter, so be it. I'm not finna fight against the internet if y'all believe that that's what I am. I don't care. If you think I'm a Trump supporter because I criticize the Democrat Party, then so be it. I don't give a damn. I got work to do. You are dealing with the wrong black man. See, this is not going to move me, right? I am on a mission. I'm on a mission right now to make sure that black people understand that they do not need a party to represent them. We don't need a party. We need unity. I don't vote against racism. I vote for empowerment. Racism is embedded in this country. It's nothing that you can do about it. You can't vote against racism. And a lot of black people that's on the Democrat plantation, They want to attack the independent thinkers, right? If you didn't vote for Kamala Harris, that means you hate black people. You hate black women. That's what a lot of black people really think, because they want to sit on their hands and cry about racism, hoping that the Jasmine Crockett's, the Barack Obamas, they're going to change the way that these white people think about us. That's not how we do it. See, when black people ask for tangible things, we get criticized. Why you don't ask Trump for that? Why you don't ask the Republican Party? That's what they do, ladies and gentlemen, because they don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work. So they use their normal shaming tactics, calling you a Trump supporter, saying, why did you shift? I didn't shift. What the fuck did I shift from? I'm still standing on business, ma'am. My mind ain't shift nowhere. And see, ma'am, I'm not a coward like you. See, you a coward. You like to talk about racism and don't do nothing about it. See, I'm building over here. I'm creating over here. See, this is black excellence over here. See, we build. We creating. We getting financially free. We building platforms. We becoming educated. We building businesses. We running up the numbers. See, that's black empowerment. Not sitting around crying about Trump. See, that's what y'all want me to do. Y'all want me to sit around and cry about Trump all day. That's what y'all want me to do. And y'all think that just because Kamala Harris and Jasmine Crockett and Barack Obama and all these people, because they talk about racism, thinking that is going to change, it's not. And I understand a lot of black people are not going to agree with me. I don't care. If you don't like it, get lost. I'm for the independence of black people. We can represent each other. If the Democrat Party don't like that we are demanding tangible things, and you just can miss us with these Negro spirituals and crying about Trump, that's not going to move me. I'm not voting based on emotions, okay? Because another thing, family, another thing. This is why I hear a lot of black people like to say, well, we got to vote for the lesser of the two evils. You know how stupid that sound?
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Well, we got to vote for the lesser of the two evils. They're just like two people that's going to abuse you or abusing you. And you say, well, one abuser is going to abuse me with a bat, but the other abuser is just going to abuse me with the hand. So I'm just going to go with the one that's the less of the abuser. Yeah. Or how about just don't vote for no evil? No abuser. You know, that could be an option, right? That's going to be an option. And I know me being a soldier and developing and starting a warrior class over here is going to upset a lot of black people because they want to be victims for the rest of their life. They don't want to be victors because we are victorious over here. We're not crying about Trump all day over here. We're not looking for no political party to come save us. We are our ancestors. We are intelligent, capable black people. And you fight and combat racism with power, not voting, with power and unity, ladies and gentlemen, with unity. Shout out to the Tory Experience coming in with the $5 super chat. Well said, gentlemen. Then power is the point. We need power. We need power. See, y'all are the loser class. See, a lot of black people that's a part of the Democrat plantation, they want to be victims for the rest of their life. So they mad because I speak against Kamala Harris. I speak against the Democrat Party, and I'm not crying about Trump. I'm not. You can say y'all disagree with voting. Go vote. If y'all believe just voting your way out of racism is going to change, go ahead. I'm not stopping you from doing none of that. That's not me. Voting ain't going to change my life. If you're not talking about doing anything tangible for black people, you can miss me with the voting. And I'm talking about politicians. I'm talking about the president. You can vote, locally and different things like that, like for judges and, different things like that. You can do that. But here's the thing. When Kamala Harris told you that she's not going to do nothing for black people, what did that do for y'all? Because I think a lot of people fail to realize what Kamala Harris really did. Let me refresh some of y'all memory, ladies and gentlemen. Let me refresh some of y'all memories.
Do you support reparations for Black people?
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery.
The lady asked her, what do you feel about reparations, right? Because foundational Black Americans, we are owed a debt in this country. And this lady was asked about reparations. Y'all favorite Democrat shield, Kamala Harris, which is not a Black woman. She is not a Black person. She is a Asian and Jamaican tether. Let's see how she feel about Black people receiving something tangible in this nation and not just symbolisms. Let's see.
We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination, segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists.
She can't even get her words out, stumbling all over the place. Stumbling all over the goddamn place because she know deep down inside that she did not agree with Black people not receiving reparations. What we owed in this country, the debt that's owed in this country, she know that. That's why she's stuttering. She cannot answer a direct question. And y'all ran to the polls and voted for this woman because you scared of Trump. Let's keep going. Yeah, this ain't for the cowards over here. This platform ain't for the cowards. Yeah, I'm gonna ruffle a lot of feathers today. Let's get it.
And is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that. Look
at the interviewer. She looking at her like, why are you not answering the question? Black people are owed a debt in this nation. What are you talking about, ma'am? Are you in agreement that we are owed reparations, ma'am? You know what that is. But to try to avoid answering the questions, she's going to babble because she don't want us to receive anything tangible because she's an immigrant. She's a Jamaican and Asian tether. Let's keep going.
Everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country.
What this got to do?
And in particular, Black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act.
She proposing the LIFT Act, which has nothing to do with foundational Black Americans. Again, I do not vote based on emotions. I do not vote against racism. I vote for empowerment. You combat racism with empowerment. Reparations would put us in a position of power. Wealth is power in this nation, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Kamala Harris is representing. Wealth, right? Again, the LIFT Act. Kamala Harris, she asked you, do you think foundational Black Americans are owed a debt in this nation? What are you talking about the LIFT Act? What do this have anything to do with foundational Black American being owed free labor and slavery in this nation for over 400 years? But to sum it all up, ladies and gentlemen, no.
Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit.
A tax credit. A tax credit. For people that's making less than $100,000 a year, a tax credit, right? Again, family, I want you to understand this. People are out here trying to talk about, I'm a Trump supporter. All of a sudden, I shift my mind because I'm holding their Democrat leaders accountable, and I'm not trying to be a victim like they are. I vote based on empowerment. I uplift my people to be victors, not victims. We don't just cry about racism. We make sure that we do the work to empower one another and build unity, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Nathaniel coming in with the $100 super chat. Let them know, boss, you are continuing to do the work of our divine ancestors. We are being rewarded for staying on code, standing on business. We will fight for reparations and justice for all costs. At all costs. Shout out to my brother Nathaniel for that, bro. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Shout out to you for the $100 super chat. Charlie is a representative of Black excellence, right? Charlie X, shout out to you, brother. Let's keep cooking.
which will benefit and uplift 60% of black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies.
Here you go again. You heard what the lady asked her. Let me make sure y'all heard what the lady asked her.
The reality of who will benefit from certain policies. Look at the reality of who will.
There's not a particular policy for African Americans.
It's not a particular policy for, she said, African Americans. We're not African Americans. We are foundational black Americans. Okay? We are foundational.
Explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit black children, black families, black homeowners, because the disparities.
See, look at the people. The same people who are against Carmelo Anthony and Nolan Wells support Trump as well. Make it make sense, but yet you are afraid to attack Trump. See, this is what they want you to do. This is what a lot of black people want you to do. All they want you to do is cry and whine and attack Trump all goddamn day. That's all they want you to do. They want us to sit around on our hands and attack Trump all day. This is the Democrat shield tactics. It's to try to distract us. It's to try to run an interference. Talk about Trump. Talk about Trump. Talk about Trump. Okay.
So significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that.
A policy that would benefit America would benefit black people. But this the same lady that got policies for the rainbow community, transgenders, illegal immigrants. This is the same lady, right? But this is who y'all support. Most black people don't support Trump, and y'all know that. So let's not talk about Republicans, because y'all not Republicans. But what y'all want us to do is sit around and y'all want us to wait on the Democrat Party to come save us. Nobody is coming to save us, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody. Nobody is coming to save us but ourselves. The answer is black empowerment, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. And a lot of y'all is triggered because y'all are a part of the loser class. See, y'all want to be victims for the rest of y'all life. Y'all don't want to build anything. Y'all don't want to create. Y'all just think attacking Trump all day is going to solve y'all problems. No, it's not. The Democrats don't give a damn about you. They are the elite class right along with Trump, just like them. But I just want to highlight her. Listen.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
Uh-oh. Say that one more time for the people in the back, Kamala.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
Oh, man. Man, that's y'all beloved Kamala Harris right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's y'all beloved Kamala Harris that y'all want us to run around and cry and fall all out for. I don't care about Trump, what Trump doing. I'm focusing on myself. We don't need no politician or no president to do anything for us. Do you think that our ancestors that created black wealth, black banks, black communities, do you think they was waiting on a racist president to do that for them, or they created their bill? They didn't sit around like what most black people doing, and a lot of black people that's crying in my comment section right now. That's what, see, those are the ones that like to just talk about shit but not do nothing. That's what they like to do. Trump. Okay, y'all can go cry about Trump all day. Do that. I'm focusing on liberation and independence. We are independent thinkers. Okay? If you not offering reparations or a hate crime bill, then I don't want to talk. If you're not focusing on our lineage specifically, I don't want to talk, because these people have everything for the illegals. They got everything for the rainbow community. They got everything for everybody else. But when we ask for something, all of a sudden we got to get attacked. We have to get attacked because we want something for our people. Black Wall Street didn't wait on a president to do anything for them. They got the work. They got educated. They got financially literate. And then they uplift the people. But see, what a lot of black people want to do, and this is how you trigger a lot of black people, because they're lazy and they're cowards. And they want to sit and wait on a political party to do something for them. We don't need no political party. We are the party. They want you to go out there and crash out while they enrich themselves. Y'all don't hear nothing about Kamala Harris right now. She's not helping us with nothing, but when she want to sell a book, here come Kamala. When Barack Obama want to be seen in public, he want to sell a book, here come Barack Obama. And I know y'all mad. Stay mad, because I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I'm for black empowerment. I'm for black independence. I'm not a slave to no political party like you guys. They're not going to do shit for y'all. So you can stay where you at crying and complaining, because I don't give a damn. I told you guys, I am a part of the warrior class. I am building a warrior class over here. We're not sitting around waiting on no president from each side to do anything for us. We are going to do the work. We are going to become successful, and we are going to continue to uplift black excellence over here. Y'all can cry about Trump if y'all want to all day. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Shout out to the family. Yeah, I'm a walking contradiction. Okay, so what? Get lost. I don't care. Get lost. Get lost. You are a loser. Get lost. See, people that's upset at what I'm saying, you don't have your own thoughts. Your thoughts, your morals come from the Democrat Party, or it might come from the Republican Party. See, people lose their minds when they hear black people talk like me, because they have already been brainwashed to go against black people that want to be independent. See, when our ancestor, Harriet Tubman, she could have saved a lot of more slaves, but they was brainwashed. They didn't think that they were slaves. They wanted to stay on a plantation with Massa, because Massa was spoon feeding them. They didn't want to be independents because they were scared of the unknown. See, Massa had somewhere for them to stay. Massa had somewhere for them to eat. But Harriet Tubman said, no, F that. I'm going to go do my own thing with my people. And we are going to get targeted. Best believe this, family. A lot of black people don't like this. They don't like this. They don't like this type of talk over here. So what? I don't care. So what? I don't care. If you don't like it, get lost. If you don't like it, get lost, ladies and gentlemen. So I just wanted to make sure that I address that. So for the new people over here, or for the people that want to leave, bye. Right? I'm not for no political party. I'm not no victim. I am a victor. I am my ancestors. We're not sitting around waiting on no political party to do anything for us. Okay? Y'all can continue to be on the plantation all y'all want. But I am trying to inspire and motivate black people to understand we are the descendants of the most powerful black people on this nation, on this soil. But what some of these black people are trying to do is keep us on the plantation with them. See, they just want us to be victims and cry and just point the finger. It was so during the election, family. Do you know during the election time, it was black people out here saying that they're going to put you in chains. This is how far gone that some black people is. These people thought that because Trump became president, you're going to be in chains. Oh, my God. I know y'all mad. So what? So what? When you're a soldier like me and you a part of the warrior class like me, you are going to get attacked. And I'm ready for the smoke. You're dealing with the wrong black man over here. So come on with your critiques. Call me a Trump supporter. Call me whatever you want to call me. That's not going to work. I got work to do. I am building a warrior class. Let's get it. Let's get it. Shout out to From Downtown coming in with the $5 super chat. You goddamn right. Thank you so much. Can we get to the topic? Lady J, don't rush me. Don't rush me. I am working here. We have to address this. Okay? And I know it's hard for y'all, a lot of y'all to accept this. I understand. I understand, ladies and gentlemen. But call me whatever you want to call me. Do whatever you want to do. Shout out to the family. If y'all not giving us reparations or a hate crime bill, get lost. I'm not here to be about symbolisms. Barack Obama out here singing Negro rituals. Jasmine Crockett out here with this sister girl energy, screaming and yelling. Yeah, Jasmine Crockett, where that hate crime bill at? Kamala Harris, where that hate crime bill at? Where our reparations at? You can brainwash the other black people and get them all in their emotions and scared and want to be a victim for the rest of their life. Not me. I'm a part of the warrior class. Shout out to Stacks coming in with the $2 super chat. We are who we waiting on. FBA. F. Salute. Shout out to you for that. Yeah, I know they in the comments mad right now. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I just want to make it clear where I stand on this. I just want to make sure that I'm clear on that. Now let's get to work, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to work. So Russell Wilson, attorney, posted this. He posted this Instagram post yesterday stating that we are disappointed that the courts denied our motion for a new trial. We respectfully disagree with the ruling and remain firmly committed to protecting our client's right. We believe the issues raised in our motions are sustainable and deserve meaningful review. The denial of our motion does not end this case. We will continue to appeal in the Fifth Court and the Fifth Court of Appeals and pursue every legal remedy available to our client. Our commitment to our client has not changed. We will continue to advocate on his best behalf through every lawful avenue. Attorney Russell Wilson. Shout out to Attorney Russell Wilson for putting in the work, putting belt to ass down there, putting on a clinic. Thank you so much, sir, for your work and your service, for serving our brother Carmelo Anthony. And I really appreciate what you've done down there. And like he said, this is going to be this is going to take some time, family. This is going to take some time, and we got work to do. We're not giving up on our brother Carmelo Anthony, even though this did not go in our favor. So we are going to continue to build. We are going to continue to grow and keep one foot forward and be victorious, because that's what we are. Carmelo Anthony still got his life. He still has a fighting chance. And these type of things take time, ladies and gentlemen. These type of things take time. And I just want to let Carmelo Anthony know, keep your head up, young brother. We are going to continue to fight for your freedom and, do what we need to do to keep your name in the algorithm. And I know a lot of low IQ people out there that's mad and upset that Austin Metcalf background has got exposed. I know that's why y'all mad. I know that's what y'all mad. I know y'all mad, but it's okay. It is okay. So shout out to his legal team for putting on a clinic down there in Collin County. But like I said, family, I expected that to go that way because they removed him. They removed Judge Roach because they had to. They agreed with everything that Judge Roach did, family. Don't get it twisted. They agreed with everything Judge Roach did, right? But at the same time, they were like, oh, no, we ain't finna give him no retrial. We ain't finna give him no retrial. So, Attorney Wilson gonna do his job to, bring justice to Carmelo Anthony. So, the day before this information dropped, family, one of our sisters, I think her name Neek at Night, she's been boots on the ground down there in Collin County reporting and keeping us updated on what's going on in the Carmelo Anthony trial. And look who jumped in her DMs, ladies and gentlemen. This anti-black racist, Jeff Metcalf. He got in her DMs, right? This man that don't see color, this man that that's not a racist, he's not violent, and he only wanted to pray with the Anthony's family. He jumped in her DMs and stated this: "Say it to my face, you're a coward. Called you out, you slithered away. When the denied ruling is issued," right? He said the denied ruling, which means that he already know. "You going to have another press conference, question mark. I promise to attend. See you around," right? This sounds like a threat, Jeff. What do this mean? Why you out here sending threats? And we see where these boys get their behavior from. I understand that you butthurt that they expose your beloved little white devil. I know that it upsets you. And, you know, Nick and Knight should report this to the police because this sounds like a threat. What do you mean, see you around? Why you calling her a coward? See, y'all thought y'all was going to run with this narrative that Austin Metcalf was this innocent, beloved young white man. And y'all didn't want this to come out that he was a criminal. He beat your ass, by the way, Jeff. Choked his mother and was on probation and arrested for racist graffiti. And not only the racist graffiti, he also was arrested for punching and injuring a young girl in elementary, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he did. And we see where he get this type of behavior from. We see it. And this is why they had the gag order in place, because while they was trying to railroad Carmelo Anthony, they had this maniac out here running wild with all this type of hatred in his heart, and he was going to mess up the trial. He was going to mess up the trial. That's why they had to make sure that they put a gag order on this clown. And he want us to feel sorry for him. No, the YT community out here losing their mind because we exposed their beloved devil. So they out here celebrating that Carmelo Anthony lost his denied for a retrial. Okay, that's cool. We just gonna keep fighting it. But the one thing that I am excited and feel good about, that Carmelo Anthony still has his life. He still has a fighting chance. And I can't say the same about Austin Metcalf, that's burning in hell right now. So salute to Jeff Metcalf for sending threats out here to people saying that, are you going to do another press conference when y'all get denied? Very hateful individual. So let's just, to refresh everybody's memory before we get later on in the broadcast, thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's keep working, right? Let's keep working. I know y'all mad. I know a lot of trolls in the chat mad right now because I cooked y'all beloved Kamala Harris and the Democrat Party. Stay mad, but I got work to do. Let's go, family.
Gloves came off in a Collin County courthouse today. Defense attorneys went first, and they shared a disturbing history of violent behavior by Austin Metcalf. And it appears tomorrow is going to be no different. Our J.D. Miles tonight has a 75-page document that's going to be presented tomorrow, taking a deep look into Carmelo Anthony's past. It remains to be seen how his supporters will react tomorrow, but it was clear that they were pleased with what they heard in court today.
There were chants and cheers outside the Collin County Courthouse this evening when the hearing over whether Carmelo Anthony should get a new trial wrapped up its first day. A day when evidence was presented showing Austin Metcalf's disturbing record of fights, bullying, and racist behavior. Carmelo Anthony was dressed in a suit and tie for this morning's hearing, which began with the defense arguing that efforts by the trial judge and prosecutors to combat threats and deal with disruptions actually prevented Anthony from getting an open and fair trial. But bombshell testimony came this afternoon from Anthony's trial attorney, Mike Howard, about Austin Metcalf's background report that was never presented to the jury. CBS News Texas has also learned new details about Austin Metcalf's background. Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti, including KKK Kill All Blacks and Heil Hitler, along with the N-word, and were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation. Records reveal they reportedly told authorities, "We did some dumb stuff. We did some vandalism." There are several documented instances of Austin using racial slurs in school, and in 2023, Austin was accused of bullying a black student in class. In 2018, while still in elementary school, Austin and his brother were accused of bullying an
Yeah, family, the Democrat plants in here crying. I don't care if y'all crying. Who gives a damn? Y'all said go back to that picture. Somebody said go back to that picture. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back, family. You said go back to that picture of Austin.
should get a new trial wrapped up its first day, a day when evidence was presented showing Austin Metcalf's disturbing record of fights, bullying, and racist behavior. Carmelo Anthony was dressed in a suit and tie for this morning's hearing, which began with the defense arguing that efforts by the trial judge and prosecutors to combat threats and deal with disruptions actually prevented Anthony from getting an open and fair trial. But bombshell testimony came this afternoon from Anthony's trial attorney, Mike Howard, about Austin Metcalf's background report that was never presented to the jury. CBS News Texas has also learned new details about Austin Metcalf's background. Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti, including KKK Kill All Blacks. And
what you got to say about that, Jeff? Jeff, the YT community, because I know y'all trying to dismiss this right here. Y'all trying y'all best to look over this. This is why I don't take y'all serious when y'all talk about black on black crime in Chicago and all these things, because y'all support criminals. Y'all support criminals. Y'all support the Jake Lanes. Y'all support the Chud the Builders. Y'all support these guys. That's why y'all looking over this and not want to address this. The first thing that the mainstream media did, family, was try to run a smear campaign on Carmelo Anthony about these alleged text messages of him stalking his girlfriend, all this licking the blood off the stuff, and they don't want to talk about this. That's why they in everybody comment section talking about, well, he didn't unalive nobody. This was 6 years ago. It doesn't matter. This shows his behavior and his actions towards Carmelo Anthony when they walked under the tent. See, what y'all failed to realize is Carmelo Anthony didn't go look for them. They sought after Carmelo Anthony. That's what it is. Shout out to Stacks coming in with the $2 super chat. Carmelo saved people from a racist bully. Salute. Exactly. And he saved Austin and Hunter Metcalf's family. And I want people to understand, Carmelo Anthony saved a lot of people from getting bullied, probably lost their lives because these boys was maniacs and they was menace of society. These boys was out of control. These boys are criminals. They are thugs. And Jeff Metcalf, you can keep your other arm from getting broken, and you should thank Carmelo Anthony for that.
Heil Hitler, along with the N-word, and were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation.
Hail Hitler. How do a young individual know about Hitler, family? You got to think about this. The things that they are saying. How do these boys even know that if I say something about Hitler, that means that there's something racist towards black people? How do they know that? Who taught them that? They don't teach about nothing like this in school. This is taught at home. For them to say, all hail the mustache man. Let me stop saying his name. How do these young boys know to say that? And are there, and Jeff, are your sons a part of the Klan? How do they know about the triple Ks? And why are they spray painting unalive all blacks? And people saying that this case has nothing to do with race. Really? Ain't that what y'all was telling us this whole time? Shout out to MJ coming in with the $20 super chat. I 100% agree with you. We don't need any political party to get anything for us. We need more leverage, build support, and maintain what we already have. We should deal with us first, make folks work to deal with us. Exactly. Thank you so much for that, MJ. I appreciate you. They have to come make a deal with us. We have the leverage. We have the numbers. And we have what they want. So if you want our participation in anything, you need to come with something tangible on the table. Not a victimhood card. Okay? This is 2026. Thank you so much for that, MJ. I appreciate you. Let's keep going.
Records reveal they reportedly told authorities, "We did some dumb stuff. We did some vandalism." There are several.
Now, you didn't do no dumb stuff, Austin and Hunter. You did some racist stuff. This is not dumb stuff. This is some serious evil things that y'all did. Spray painting the triple K and unalived black people are not just dumb stuff that you can just look over. And the mainstream media is trying their best not to cover this. They do not want to cover this, but I'm going to make sure I do my part and highlight these thugs, right? And we're going to continue to blast them because these people want to ignore their racist class, right? They're low IQ Neanderthal criminals. And this is how you know that these people like to run away from accountability, family. The YT community like to run away from accountability because every time somebody in their community commit a crime or shoot up a school or, touch you know who and do something crazy, they always like to shift the narrative and push the blame off on liberals. It's always liberals, right? They want to make sure that they say it's liberals, not a YT person, not their community, but liberals. But when black people do something dumb, it's all black people. It's all our fault. We can't point the blame at a certain political party. It's just all black people. But when somebody do something on their end, they have to say, oh, it's a liberal white woman that done it. It's a liberal white man that done it. It's not our community. So y'all can't hold us accountable. They're liberal. No, sir and ma'am, they're YT.
Documented instances of Austin using racial slurs in school, and in 2023, Austin was accused of bullying a black student in class. In 2018, while still in elementary school, Austin and his brother were accused of bullying and assaulting a female, which led to his arrest.
So in elementary school, these two little devils was bullying black kids, and this start from home. This is they was taught this racism. They was taught to be criminals and thugs, right? This was embedded in them since birth from their parents, right? You just don't pick up on this out of nowhere. You have to be taught to spray paint racist graffiti. You got to be taught about the mustache man. You have to be taught to say something like unalive all blacks. This come from their parents. This come from their lineage. This come from their community. But let's cry about Carmelo Anthony and some text messages. Carmelo Anthony don't have victims. Carmelo Anthony never been arrested. In elementary school, these boys was arrested for assaulting a young black girl. They was arrested. Okay? Arrested.
Which led to his arrest. During an argument in 2024 with another female student, Austin allegedly knocked her to the ground and punched her in the stomach. He
knocked her to the ground and punched her in her stomach. Do this sound like innocent young men? Do this sound like a beloved young man that was raised in a good family structure? This sound like a adolescent, hateful, evil, thug, criminal young man since elementary school. He wasn't just disciplined, family, for his antics. He was arrested for putting their hands on young girls. Not only young girls, young black girls. Young black girls. But the mainstream media don't want to talk about this. The YT community never want to address this because they don't care about the women in their community. They don't care about the children in their community because they allow these white men to do you know what to these kids, and they don't talk about it. They don't want to talk about the pedophiles in their community. But as long as they brush over their degeneracy and talk about black on black crime, because they know all the statistics that goes on in the black community. They know all the statistics on Chicago, all of that. But when they see somebody like this that was raised off racism, and this is the reason why Austin is no longer here. This is the reason. You can point the blame to Carmelo all you want to. This was destined to happen to Austin and Hunter.
He was also kicked out of a football game and texted someone later, "I was about to beat the expletive out of those kids."
Violent.
At a previous track meet, when another student alerted Austin that someone not on their team, quote, "behind our bench was talking wild," Austin reportedly replied, "Kill that MF." During the 2023-2024 school year, he received in-school suspension twice. School disciplinary records from April 2022 to May 2024 reveal that Austin reportedly called a teacher the B word and used profanity. He told a school official that he couldn't control it and wasn't aware that it was coming out of his mouth.
He couldn't control it, right? This guy was such a violent, vicious thug that he told, because he is well aware of what he was doing and saying. But see, they lack accountability, family. They lack accountability. They are being told that they don't do no wrong, and being racist is good. And they listen to the symbols like Brandon Tatum that tell them that it's okay to call black people the N-word and this is black people's fault. Black people issues in this country is your issues, and that's why you are a racist. That's why you are a degenerate and a loser and a thug, right? See, Austin and Hunter was raised in this violent behavior because his father was like this. His mother was like this. Just think about this, family. Elementary school, you are spray painting racist graffiti. Please explain to me, where did he get this from? And how do you allow your young child to know about the mustache man and unalive all blacks? He didn't pick this up out of nowhere, family. He had to learn this from somebody. Hate is taught. Racism is taught. Y'all taught him this, Jeff. And that's why you mad. That's why the YT community is mad, because we are addressing this, and this information they did not want to be released because they wanted to paint Carmelo Anthony as the violent thug. Yeah, this is what they wanted Carmelo background to be. But no, all y'all got is some imaginary text messages that we don't have proof of. But all of this information right here is documented. It's documented.
In 2024, on at least 5 occasions, Austin saw a counselor regarding his anger and rage during a football game. In 2021, he got banned from attending basketball games for a season after yelling profanity at a player. Metcalf also got suspended after he and another student were talking about bringing a gun to school the following day.
So they talked about bringing to school the following day, right? This is the guy that the YT community is sitting here, crying about, trying to protect, right? Because y'all don't care about these innocent young girls that was victims of these individuals. Y'all do know that they got victims. What about the victims that was willing to come to court and testify? Victims. That was stated in the affidavit. Victims who themselves were victims of the Metcalf's violent bullying behavior was willing to come to court and testify. But they wasn't allowed because the gentleman's agreement. These are people that was willing to come forward.
But the never-before-released details of Anthony's early years in Louisiana up to the day of his arrest for murder are also disturbing. On the day that Carmelo Anthony would fatally stab Austin Metcalf, prosecutors say he sent this text message at 1 a.m., which said, quote, "I'm low-key on the verge," and then emphasized it. Later in the morning, on April 2nd...
Where is this information at? Where is this information at? I'm low-key on the verge. Okay, on the verge of what? Like, all of these text messages, these alleged text messages need context, right? It need context. And why are y'all lying like this was a day before? See, these people are lying, and it's so shameful that a lot of black people is literally believing the prosecutor with these text messages, right? Y'all actually believe in these people without seeing no proof. This is not a text message thread. This is some shit that they printed off in court. Show us the text messages. And what's the context behind this?
Later in the morning, on April 2nd, 2025, and hours before Anthony would kill Metcalf with a knife at a high school track meet, prosecutors say Anthony's girlfriend reported to a Centennial High School staff member that Anthony was engaging in stalking behavior, to include but not limited to driving by her home and refusing to allow her to end their relationship.
Okay, where is the proof? Okay. Defendant was engaging in stalking behavior. Is it any type of documents, right? It said the morning of the defense, the defendant girlfriend reported to the school members that the defendant was engaging in stalking behavior, to include but limited to driving by her home and refusing to allow her to end the relationship. How is this even possible when his girlfriend was his girlfriend on the day of the unaliving of Austin? That was still his girlfriend, by the way. And y'all know that these text messages was like a year, alleged text messages. Y'all got to prove to me that this even real. I don't agree with none of that these people saying. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Show me the text. Show me the text that's coming out of his phone.
To end their relationship.
Hold on, wait a minute. It says right here that notice is provided the part through screenshots of certain text messages exchange. So you saying that notice is provided in part through screenshots of certain text messages exchange. So certain text messages. The screenshots may include only a portion of the entire exchange, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. And this is what they don't want you to do. They want you to look over this. So that's why they throw out, oh, he said this, this was reported. But right here in this article, right above, it said notice is provided in part through screenshots of certain text messages exchange. The screenshots may include only a portion of the entire exchange. And here's my question. Why are y'all showing portions of the screenshot? Why y'all won't show the entire text message and the context behind it? That's what I want to know. Can you kindly, sir, please, because you want to paint Carmelo Anthony out to be on the verge of unaliving somebody, but it did not say I'm on the verge of unaliving somebody. It just said that I'm on the verge. And I still don't believe it because these people are known to lie. These people are known to lie. Because right here, it said that this is a portion of the entire exchange, ladies and gentlemen. A portion. It's real convenient of you, prosecutor and a district attorney, to reveal a portion of the text messages. Why you just won't release the whole text message exchange if all of this means that he was looking to harm somebody? Can you please show that, sir? That's what I would like to see. And it's shameful that a lot of black people I see on social media saying, well, it was Carmelo Anthony did have some trouble stuff, and those text messages are very alarming, without even seeing proof. Think about that, family. Black people are turning their back on Carmelo Anthony because of these alleged exchange in text messages without even seeing the text messages. Where are the text messages? These are not text messages, family. These are screenshots written on a piece of paper. This is not from his phone. And it's telling you right here because they know that a lot of y'all are not going to read this. Y'all are just going to pay attention to what they're saying and not what they're putting on black and white. Because on black and white right here, it says the screenshots may include only portions of the entire exchange, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to From Downtown coming in with the $5 super chat. Everything said about Melo is alleged. Everything about Austin is on wax, documented and proven. Let me read that one more time from Downtown, because I don't think they heard you, brother. I don't think they heard you. Do you mind if I read this one more time? Thank you so much, kind brother. Everything said about Melo is alleged, no proof. Everything about Austin is on wax, documented and proven. Exactly. They have not proven any of these text messages. They have not showed us no evidence of all these suspensions back in New Orleans. Nothing. This is hearsay. See, Russell Wilson brought documents to the courts. He brought factual statements that you can pull from the court records of their probation, from their arrest, from the school. See, Russell Wilson didn't come to play. He cooked their ass. That's why they was like, nah, we can't afford to go to trial with Russell Wilson. We can't do it. We got to deny. We got to make sure that they work for this. We got to make sure that black people work for this, because Russell Wilson didn't come to play. See, the prosecutor came with hearsay because they understand how low IQ their community is, and they just going to run with everything that they say, right? But what they fail to understand, that the prosecution put this in their document stating that the screenshots may include only a portion of the entire exchange. So while all the black people out here trying to backpedal, talking about I'm just giving up on this, I'm just done, I'm just going to wash my hands away from Carmelo, you was never his supporter from the start, because you want everything to be perfect. See, black people want black people to be perfect. Listen to me. None of us is perfect. We did a lot of dumb stuff and said a lot of dumb stuff when we was teenagers, family. I'm not looking at Carmelo Anthony as a perfect young man. I'm not. I wasn't perfect. I got in trouble in school. I got suspended from school. I had anger issues. I was in anger management classes in high school. But you know what I didn't have? A criminal history of bullying young girls in my school. You know what I didn't do? Spray paint racist graffiti on my school or a building. You know what I didn't do? Spray paint unalive all YT people. You know what I didn't do? Go around punching young girls in their stomach, injuring their shoulders. You know what I didn't do? Choke my parents and break my father's arm. That's what I didn't do. We're not perfect. Y'all looking for Carmelo Anthony to be perfect. Of course he's going to say some crazy stuff or do some dumb stuff. He's a teenage young boy. See, y'all was never his supporter from the start because y'all want Carmelo Anthony to be squeaky clean. I'm not looking for him to be squeaky clean. I'm here to defend his civil rights and his innocence. So I want y'all to stay over there, but I'm going to continue to be an advocacy for Carmelo Anthony. Like I said, these people are cowards. A lot of black people out here cowards. They don't want to stand on business. They don't want to stand on business.
Also, in the 75-page filing, prosecutors say Anthony had previously been accused of stealing his girlfriend's phone, and in October 2024 wrote a to-do list for his girlfriend about how to deal with, quote, weirdos, which included the line, say some slick like my boyfriend kill people. There are also text messages.
Again, family, if you look at this, none of this is an actual documented statement from any institution, any police department, or any school documents. These people are just typing this. But it's so easy to fool people, right? It's so easy to fool people. But this guy hasn't provided anything. This say notes at the top of this. This is their notes. This is not facts. This is the prosecution team notes. This is hearsay. This is allegations. This is speculations. Where are the text messages so we can read them?
My boyfriend kill people. There are also text messages where he admits on at least 2 occasions to punching girls in the face.
Punching girls in the face. You see how they trying to like balance the playing field? Because, you know, Austin around here kicking young girls' ass. So, you know what? Let's say that Carmelo Anthony was doing the same thing. And I want you guys to keep in mind, this is not a text message thread. This is what they typed up. Be smart here, black people. Be smart here. I know y'all smart. I know y'all smart. I know y'all smart. Here's the thing. This is not a text message thread. This is what the prosecutor typed up. And they also stated in their reporting that they are not showing the entire conversation. They are just reporting on portions of it. It's a reason for that. So it can fit their narrative. While y'all want to backtrack and run away from this Carmelo Anthony situation, I am going to continue to stand on business for Carmelo Anthony. You can cower it out. You can cower it out. I'm not. Let's keep going.
Prosecutors also found text messages from 2021 between Anthony and another student about robbing someone of $300. There are also text messages where Anthony talks about a fight and punching someone so hard he had to stop fighting.
Okay, so what? Let's just say this is true. But you see that they're not showing the entire context around these text messages. Why y'all won't provide context behind these text messages, right? If he was saying I was fighting and I hit him in the face, I hit him so hard he had to stop. Okay, so what? It could be him defending himself. I got into a fight. So what? So are you saying that because he got into a fight, this mean that he wanted to come to this track meet to unalive Austin? Y'all know y'all stupid, right? Y'all know that this doesn't make any sense. And the mainstream media is running with this. Black people is running with this too. Because a lot of black people is out here backpedaling on Carmelo Anthony. I see it. I've been seeing it all day and yesterday. I couldn't wait to talk about this. I couldn't wait to call out you cowards. So easy to try to run away from supporting this brother when he ain't done nothing wrong. This boy was a straight A student. This boy had college offers. This boy don't have a criminal history of doing nothing to nobody. Y'all not understanding that this is what they do when they want to degrade black people and run a smear campaign. They want to even the playing field, but it's not even. It's not even. And they showed you this in black and white, but they know that a lot of people is not going to read between the lines. They said that this is not the entire conversation. This is just portions. I don't care that Carmelo Anthony got into a fight. So what?
In 2023, prosecutors say Anthony told a friend he was going to vandalize someone's house in Austin, saying, quote, I just feel like it. I got a grudge.
I just feel like it. I got a grudge. Listen, family, you got to pay attention to this. This is some crazy work. This is some crazy. Hey, let me go ahead and CW. I know you mad because I cooked y'all ass earlier, but keep crying in the chat, bro. It's not going to do nothing. Now stand on what I stand. If you don't like it, get lost. Get lost, brother. Nothing is going to change. Keep crying in the chat. But listen to this, family. He said that Carmelo said that he wanted to vandalize somebody's property or somebody's house, and then presented this right here as I just feel like I got a grudge. A grudge on who? A grudge on what? Context matters, family. We're not dumb. Because if he said this, you would have showed us this in this paperwork. Hey, I feel like vandalizing somebody's property. I feel like vandalizing somebody's house because I feel like I got a grudge. That all need to be in context, but it's not, because they're playing word games with you, family. See, this is how they manipulate the public. This is how they manipulate you. And a lot of ignorant, dumb people, especially on the YT community, they very stupid. They don't care about nothing. All they want to do is just hear negative stuff about Carmelo and just run with it. That's all they want to do. But they don't want to put nothing into context. This person on CBS is saying this, But what translate on this document is not saying what the news network is saying. He is saying that Carmelo wants to vandalize somebody's house. But where's the proof? Yeah, you peep that out, TTY? Unknown direction. Like, come on now. And family, I want you to also understand this. This is not a text message thread, okay? I want you guys to put that in your mind. A lot of people are stupid. This is not a text message thread. This is documents that they printed out on a piece of paper. This is not a back and forth conversation. But this is how they manipulate the public, by putting it in a text message form and putting it in black and white. The reason why they put it in black and white, so it can also manipulate the public to make it seem like this is a text message thread. Because you know, when you text a iPhone, it shows up in blue, just like this. If you text a Android, it shows up in green. So this is how they manipulate you to make it seem like this is a conversation between multiple people. This is not, family. This is not. Because if it was, why is it in black and white? Let's keep going. A text message is not going to say unknown directions. Unknown directions. Go to your phone right now. Let me go to my phone. And let me go. Damn, my phone went dead. I know it not. Here we go. Let's just go to a text message. No text message is going to say unknown direction. But again, manipulate the public. Make it seem like this is a back and forth conversation. Let's keep going.
In 2021, Anthony told a friend he had been suspended from school for 3 days for fighting.
He was suspended for 3 days for fighting. Where do we say this at on this piece of paper? Pay attention, family. Pay attention. This alleged text message, unknown direction screenshot, says that, no, I got suspended. For what? What did you get suspended for? You saying this, reporter, but this is not what this text message say. Stop playing with us like we're dumb, okay? Because if you look up just a little bit, it's saying at the top, family, it say, you praying today? It says, no, I got suspended. Okay, can you show us the bottom of this? Because you saying that he got suspended for fighting. That's not what this paper say. Let's keep going.
From school for 3 days for fighting, saying, quote, they said next time I do some, I get recommended for expulsion.
They said next time I do something, I get recommended for expulsion. Okay, district attorney in the YT community. And I'm not really talking to y'all because I know it's pointless talking to y'all because y'all very stupid and very dumb and y'all don't care about the truth. Y'all don't care about the truth. So I'm really not talking about y'all. I'm talking to the family. How do we know that this came from Carmelo Anthony's phone? That's my question. How do we know that this alleged text message came from his phone? It's very easy to pull his disciplinary background from the school. It's public. And I'm pretty sure the parents have no problem with showing this, which they debunked all these lies. But context matters. They said next time, who is they? How you know he's like, who is they? I get recommended for expulsion. That's very interesting that the news media is putting the context behind this. See, this is how they get you. See, they put in the commentary behind these words. They doing this. That's not what the text message is saying, sir. You're saying this, CBS. That's what you're saying. Let's keep going.
In a text conversation with a friend in 2023, prosecutors have messages from Anthony where he wrote, "I'm a shoot the school up tomorrow with my..."
Hold on, family.
Blick. But
Okay. Carmelo Anthony got text messages saying that the school up tomorrow. Okay. Watch how CBS goes straight back to what Carmelo Anthony said. They don't want to show us the back and forth in this conversation, if this even real. I don't believe it. This say, I'm going to do what to the school? But look how fast they go to his response in ignoring what the person said after this.
School up tomorrow.
Look at this.
With my blick.
Boom, go right back up. You see that? With my blick. What is a blick? We know what the blick is in our community, but what's a blick to y'all?
But later sends messages saying, I would never actually do that.
And look at this, family. I would never actually do that. Look how they got another text message under another. Look at the play that these motherfuckers is trying to run. It's so easy to manipulate the low IQ community because they don't care nothing about this. But we smart, we intelligent, and we're going to take our time and we're going to continue to, point out their hypocrisy, right? Their degeneracy, their lies, and their narratives. See, we're not done, mainstream media. See, CBS is putting their commentary and their spin on this when he's not reading verbatim what this is saying. This is not saying any of what this dude's saying on CBS. Actually, do that. I would never what? How we know what this is saying if you just put in bits or pieces of this together? Nobody is falling for this. Nobody is falling for this.
In a 2024 text thread, prosecutors say Anthony admitted to carrying a firearm, telling a friend before a party that he would have the gun in my pocket. There are other message threads where Anthony also mentions carrying a gun. After numerous suspensions for fighting while attending school in Louisiana, there are messages between Anthony and his girlfriend after he moved to Frisco. In one message thread, she suggests he should sit for a while, and he replied, yeah, and punch people, maybe run sometimes.
Punch people and maybe run sometimes. And they did say that, he was alluding to Call of Duty. Because this right here don't even make sense. Punch, yeah, and punch people and run sometimes. This can be a game that he's talking about. Because if somebody's saying, and it's the reason why they blocking his name out. If somebody texts you and say, so you just sit there, this could be talking about or referring to a game. And that's why he replied, yeah, and punch people, maybe run sometime. Do y'all not understand how stupid these people is? These people think we stupid. He's referring to a game. Somebody is saying, so you just going to sit there, sit where? Y'all know this don't make sense, right? That's why they all over the place trying to pin these messages together because it don't make sense. But they think that we're not going to sit down as a family and dissect this mess. It came out that he was talking about Call of Duty. That's why he said, so you just sit there? And that's why he said, yeah, punch people and maybe run sometimes. Are you fucking dumb?
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Oh my God. How do y'all not know that this is a reference from a game? How do y'all not see this here? How do y'all not see this? Let's keep going, fam. Let's keep going because we got a long show. Family. We got a good show in our evening. Hit the like button, family. We cooking. Hit the like button. Smash the like button. Let's get the likes up. Let's get this out there in the algorithm. Let's go.
She suggests he should sit for a while, and he replied,
Hold on. Wait a minute, family. Family, wait a minute. Look at this. And I want you to listen to what I'm about to say, family. Listen to this. The CBS news reporter is putting his spin in his commentary on these alleged text messages, saying that his girlfriend said this. His girlfriend said this. We're not reading what the CBS anchor is saying. But this is translating in a lot of people's minds thinking that what you are seeing is what's happening because the CBS reporter is saying this. Watch this. Watch this, family. Listen to the reporter and listen to the text message. Listen.
Louisiana. There were messages between Anthony and his girlfriend after he moved to Frisco. In one message thread, she suggests he should sit for a while, and he replied.
She suggests that he should sit for a while. This say so you just sit there. This doesn't say that you should just sit for a while. I'm about to fuck. This does not say that he suggests sit for a while. You see what these people are doing, family? Do you see what these people are doing? This reporter is saying that the girlfriend alluded that he suggests sit for a while. It says, so you just sit there. It's not saying that you should sit down for a while and, get yourself together. That's not what this is saying. But this is how they manipulate the public. Look at this, family. Look at this. Listen to what the man is saying.
Friend, after he moved to Frisco. In one message thread.
Look at this. So you just sit there? Yeah, punch people and maybe run. We see what y'all doing, mainstream media. We see what y'all doing. Yeah, we see what y'all doing. This don't even make sense.
She suggests he should sit for a while. And
she suggests he should sit for a while. That's not what they say right here, sir. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me leave. Oh, yeah, turn off y'all comments. Of course y'all did. I was just about to leave a comment. They turned off their comments. Oh, yeah, I knew y'all was going to do that, CBS. Why y'all turn y'all comments off? Why y'all turn y'all comments off? Look, family, they turned their comments off. Because they don't want to be held accountable for the BS that they are spreading. These are lies that you are doing, CBS. This is the same news station that ran a smear campaign on Nolan Wells, saying that Nolan Wells was heavily drinking. This is the same CBS that was participating in the smear campaign of Nolan Wells, ladies and gentlemen. The same. Let's keep going.
Replied, yeah, and punch people, maybe run sometimes. I have to. It's like a priority for me. I like punching people. When I get mad,
you see how they just jump around? Look at the jump around, family. Yeah, I got to make sure that I stop, family, because we're not just sitting here listening to this guy. We are breaking this down piece by piece so they can see this. If the trolls is in the chat, welcome. Pay attention. Have a seat. Because we are going to debunk your lies. A lot of lies like that y'all like to run away from. Let's keep going.
Thread, she suggests he should sit for a while. And he replied, yeah, and punch people, maybe run sometimes. I have to. It's like a priority for me. I like punching people. When I get mad, I see red. When I get mad, I black out. When I get mad, I can't control myself.
Wow. Wow. Really? Really? This is... Wow. This is diabolical, CBS. This is diabolical. Y'all know none of this makes sense, by the way.
Prosecutors also produced messages where Anthony admits to getting high and drinking alcohol and even talking about selling drugs to get guns.
Oh, my God. Selling drugs to get guns. You have no proof of that. When I was smoking all the time, I was chill. Where do it show that the defendant stated anything about selling drugs and guns to get high? Like, where is that at? That is nowhere on this paper. But CBS is going to spin it like it is for the intelligent, low IQ people. The whole time, this CBS reporter has been spreading a bunch of lies. But what do y'all expect? We criticize the mainstream media all the time over here. Because this is how they push their narrative. All of the things that this reporter was saying is not in black and white. He just making this shit up. Did say I smoke all the time. I was chill. Well, okay. If this is even true, I don't even believe none of this. Okay, I was smoking and I was chill. What's wrong with that? What do this? You said that he wanted to buy drugs and sell drugs. This don't say that in this message.
Messages where Anthony admits to getting high and drinking alcohol. And even
No alcohol was even stated in this goddamn message.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Family, y'all tell me where in this alleged text message where it say I was smoking and drinking alcohol and I wanted to sell drugs and I wanted to buy. Y'all let me know, family, in the chat. Is my eyes deceiving me? Is my eyes deceiving me, family? Y'all let me know. Maybe my eyes is bad. Maybe my eyes are bad because I don't see anything about drinking alcohol. I don't see anything about drug dealing. I don't see anything about selling. None of that. Where is this at? Why, CBS, why would y'all say that? And y'all know that this piece of paper do not say that. Bro, these people go out of their way to try to smear black people and discredit black people. Shout out to Lala coming in with the $2 super chat. That's Austin phone. No, they said that this is Carmelo phone. Lala, they said that this is Carmelo phone. This is Carmelo that they talking about. Shout out to Hot Honey coming in with a $50 super chat. Happy Sunday, gentlemen, Den and the family. Just showing you love for all you do and standing on business for our people with showing such black excellence every day. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Hot Honey. I get what you're saying now, Lala. You saying, oh, that's Austin phone. Now I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You say it's a troll in the chat, but that's cool, family. I want them in here today. Like, I'm not going to let them be in the chat, family. I'm going to let them be in the chat for a while. I want them to stick around. I don't want them to leave just yet. I want them to stay here. I want them to sit here and watch this.
to getting high and drinking alcohol, and even talking about selling drugs to get guns. In 2024, prosecutors say Anthony even attempted to assault a teacher, saying, "I put my hands and face and everything."
What? They said that he wanted to assault a teacher. But they say, "I like to put my hands and face in everything." Bro, this sounds like some freaky shit. This don't sound like no goddamn I punched a teacher. You see this, family? I just want to make sure we're on the same page, family. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. The news reporter said that the prosecutor alleged that Carmelo Anthony liked to put his hands on his teachers. But what you are looking at right here, family, says, "I like to put my hands and face in everything." What's the context behind this? Maybe there's some freaky shit he was sending to his goddamn girlfriend. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't want to hear nothing about no child, corn or something. This sound like he was indulging in some sexual things. This is crazy.
Also in 2024, messages obtained by prosecutors suggest Anthony tried to bring a weapon into the State Fair of Texas.
No proof.
Asking a friend if the State Fair got metal detectors. When he was told yes, his friend responded, "You got the poker?"
Shout out to the legendary Devil coming in with the $5 super chat. Melo had 2 jobs, ran sports with a 3.7 GPA. When did he have time to be a YN? I guess, I don't know. You gotta see, legendary Devil, you can't be logical with these people. You can't be logical with them. Because if we be see, I'm not presenting them to talk about them. I'm going over this with the family. See, talking logical to them don't make sense. It don't make sense, right? But shout out to you.
"Yeah, I might have to toss it," replied Anthony. Prosecutors say Anthony
replied Anthony. How we know that Anthony replied this? Like, And you know, if the state fair got metal detectors, and then look how fast you jump to the next thing.
When he was told yes,
Look how they blur out the other messages, family. Let me slow this down. Yeah, I'm cooking y'all ass. I'm cooking y'all. I don't care.
state fair got metal detectors. When he was told yes,
Oh, hold on. Let me slow this down for the family. Let me slow this down. Look at this jump, family. Look at this jump. From this all the way to the next response.
metal detectors.
Look at this.
When he was
Look at
told
that. Look how they jumped all the way down
yes, his
to this. Prosecutor, the state. What was said?
fair got metal detectors.
Maybe the context was between
When
these
he
messages right here.
was told
Maybe the context was between this. But you didn't want to show that. You didn't want to show that. No, you didn't want to show that. Bro, this is...
yes, his friend responded, "You got the poker? Yeah, I might have to toss it," replied Anthony.
Reply, Anthony.
Prosecutors say Anthony admitted to stealing a watch and earbuds in separate burglaries in Collin County, and also to
What? So you gonna put all that behind this message right here? A FOT, a nice little watch. And you interpret that he was doing burglary and he stole a watch? Just because it say, I'm assuming it's supposed to say, I got a nice little watch. It say, I FOT, a nice little watch. Maybe he bought a nice little watch. Maybe somebody gifted him a nice little watch. How about you show us the entire conversation if this is real?
separate burglaries in Collin County, and also to bringing a weapon.
Several burglaries in Collin County. Where is where's the police report to back this up, CBS? This is slander. But you know it's not, because he keep saying that the prosecutor is saying this. So okay, cool. They saving themselves by saying the prosecutor said. But you saying that hold on, let me make sure I heard this correctly.
Anthony admitted to stealing a watch and earbuds in separate burglaries in Collin County, and also to bringing a weapon onto a Frisco school campus, saying this about his girlfriend: "She went in my bag to get my computer and I said no, and she still went in it and grabbed it, and my gun and my knife and some other stuff fell out." There are numerous unreleased photos and videos of Anthony holding firearms and making
Austin Metcalf got firearms and holding weapons as well. So what?
threats, and authorities.
And this right here was an air gun. This wasn't even real.
Found a note on Anthony's phone with a long list of disturbing racial tropes and slurs about blacks, whites, and Hispanics.
Okay, this is not proof right here, CBS. This is not documents. This is not facts. Y'all putting this up, and you putting your own interpretation on this. You're putting your own spin on this. There's no proof of this, that he's saying something about black people, white people, and Mexican people. Where's the proof?
In one message thread, prosecutors say Anthony wrote, "I hate gay people."
Anthony wrote. No proof that he said this.
Prosecutors say Anthony repeatedly threatened to murder his girlfriend in text messages.
How many bullets you want coming out of your chest? And y'all interpret that he's talking about his girlfriend. You don't see her. You don't see she. You don't see no name in this alleged text message. It's saying how many bullets you want in your chest. He could be talking about a goddamn game. A game? But y'all gonna say how many bullets you want coming out of your chest? And y'all saying that he's talking about his girlfriend? Shout out to AQ coming in with the $2 super chat. The defense didn't clear this up. I'm pissed. I don't know what they did, bro. I don't even know. But here's my thing. This sounds like he's talking about a game, because you guys also seen where I put that the prosecutor stated that this is not the entire conversations. just portions of it. And there's a reason why they're showing us portions of it and not the entire conversation, because all of this will be debunked. I'm shooting her. That could be I'm playing a video game. We're shooting her. How many bullets you want coming out of your chest? I'ma beat her. Bro, these people, oh my God. These motherfuckers really think we stupid. They really think we stupid.
To murder his girlfriend in text messages.
Unalive his girlfriend. This is what you saying. This is not what they say.
Some of them saying, how many bullets you want coming out of your chest? And
Wow.
I'm going to get you expletive. He also threatened her with a knife in one message and told her in another, when I stab somebody, I'm going to lick their blood off the blade.
See, this is where everybody running with, family. And shame on these black people that's running with this narrative as well, because y'all too intelligent to really see how these people get down when it comes to black people and see the manipulation and the lies that they do. Shame on y'all, black people. Shame on y'all. Not y'all, family, but it's a lot of black people out here that I seen on social media saying that I'm just done with Carmelo Anthony. He just like Austin. He got a troubled background. When I stab somebody, I'm going to lick the blood off the blade. This is referring to a game, ladies and gentlemen. How can y'all not see this? Why do y'all continue to believe everything y'all hear from the mainstream media? How are y'all still getting bamboozled by these people? And this is what they want you to say. This is what they want you to believe. See, his commentary is saying all this. This is not what these text messages are saying. None of what this guy is saying is on black and white. I don't see that I am going to stab my girlfriend and lick the blood off the blade. This don't even make sense, but y'all falling for it. Y'all really piss me off. Y'all really pissing me off.
Prosecutors and defense attorneys were able to develop these character reports from a combination of school records, police reports, and cell phone extractions. The hearing is expected to end sometime tomorrow. It will resume at 9 a.m. We know that the first defense witness will be the other trial defense attorney, Toby Shook. In McKinney, J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
CBS, bro, y'all some devils, bro. Y'all are some devils, CBS. CBS is playing a part in this smear campaign, right? Because they spent more time on Carmelo than they did Austin. But they wanted to make it seem like that they wasn't biased by reporting on Carmelo. But here's the thing, family. Out of all the things that you just heard, right? If you look at this top paragraph, and I want to make sure that I repeat this again after everything that we just heard. Notice is provided in part through screenshots of certain text messages exchanges. Screenshots of certain text messages exchange. The screenshots may include only a portion of the entire exchange. Shout out to AQ coming in with the $2 super chat. Ticket TV believe this, shaking my head. He absolutely do, because he's not intelligent. He's not intelligent. He don't take the time to sit down and dissect this. He just want to believe like what the rest of these people want to believe. And they want to run with their narrative, AQ. Instead of reading this right here, and they are telling you what they're going to do in this exchange. They letting you know that the screenshots may include only a portion of the entire exchange. But they not going to say this though. AQ and the family. It's a reason why they didn't say this part. And it's a reason why CBS didn't say this part. But they thought we was going to miss it. I didn't miss it. And I'm like, hold on, none of this really makes sense. All this jumping around text messages, and it's not saying the same thing that this CBS reporter is saying. You talking about drug dealing and unaliving people. All of this is not in these text messages. And it's stated because they know people is not going to read this and y'all are going to run with their narrative. So they're going to put it in black and white because they know that you are not going to read this. You're going to ignore it and you're going to listen to my words. Right? Shout out to Ebony coming in with the $5 super chat. Everybody boycott CBS News Texas. I don't even listen to them, Ebony. So I'm leading the charge. I don't even listen to them. Somebody said text now out. Could be. The screenshots may include only a portion of the entire exchange. And I showed you guys during this breakdown that they was bouncing all over the place. They were speeding through the text messages. It wasn't no name. These text message wasn't directed at nobody. It didn't say she, her, his girlfriend name, black people, white people. It didn't say none of this. But y'all interpret that because they said it with no proof. No goddamn proof. And y'all black people out here believing this shit. But I'm glad that y'all exposing yourself. I'm glad that the black people that's backing out of this case are exposing themselves. Because like I said, I am building the warrior class over here. We don't back down from no fight, no nothing. And a lot of people is showing their hands. A lot of content creators is showing their hands because they are cowards. They want Carmelo to be squeaky clean, perfect. Oh my God, he didn't do nothing wrong. But where's the evidence that he did all of this? Any of these things? Where's the evidence? Where's the proof? You know how easy it is to just show us the full conversation out of this alleged text message exchange? Do you know how easy it is to pull a police report, a arrest record from the police department? But they know that all you got to do is just say these things and the masses is going to run with it, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to run with it. They're going to run with it. They're going to run with it. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the likes up, family. Let's get the likes up. Bro, they can't deal with this smoke. See, the trolls in the chat, they can't deal with this smoke, family. They don't know what to do. They can't deal with this smoke. So they got to sit there and ponder in this truth. But before we get into Jeff Metcalf, family, and what he had to say in his latest interview with the anti-black racist Chris Cuomo, I just want to show you guys this, right? I found this meme very funny. It says 35 years later. 35 years later, Austin Metcalf is skin and bones, right? The maggots done did their part. The worms, the fertilizer, everybody, the insects, they done their part. 35 years later, Carmelo Anthony coming out of prison, jacked, in shape, you know what I mean? Ready to live the rest of his life because he still got his life. So checkmate, ladies and gentlemen, we won. We won. And let me show you how sick these individuals is, family. And just look where their mindset go. Listen to the type of white men that we are dealing with and their sick fetish with this homosexual mindset. Look, Carmelo for the next 35 years. Look at these people. This mindset, fertilizer. Bro, the black Tucker Carlson is out of line. Look at them. A bunch of homosexual memes. Look at them. I'm finna get my ASS great. That's all. Look at them. They want some sexual things to happen to Carmelo so bad because they are projecting onto Carmelo Anthony. These people are sick. These people are sick. But I just want this to marinate on y'all spirit. Carmelo Anthony gonna come out of jail, jack, educated, expired to, do great things in this world. And Coffin Austin is going to be a fertilizer. So I just want to make sure that I highlight Austin. And I just wanted to make sure that I highlighted Austin, right? So let's go over here.
Court today.
Let me go over here to Chris Cuomo, because Chris Cuomo invited Jeff Metcalf on his platform.
The case of Carmelo Anthony.
And let's just see what he had to say, family. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Let's go.
The case of Carmelo Anthony seemed pretty cut and dried early on. I mean, of course, there was this overlay of race because he was black and the other kids were white. But once you got into the facts, it seemed to be a pretty straight line analysis of a kid who decided to stab someone.
Yeah, I see y'all saying that Ticket TV. See, Ticket TV is running and creators like him. And I got respect for him. He do great work over there. But see, the thing is, he didn't take the time out to really go through the facts because he's emotional. He's not that intelligent like that. And that's why he want to demonize Carmelo Anthony, just like a lot of black people is doing, trying to backpedal and not understanding that nothing that these people presented was actual facts on what Carmelo said. This a bunch of he say, she say. No proof, no evidence about nothing, right? No proof and no evidence about nothing. I just broke down what the prosecutor presented in court. And they told you that this is not the entire text message. These just portions of the conversations. And a lot of black people ran with that and said, oh, my God, Carmelo was just such a bad kid. Stupids.
That he was in a disagreement with to death. The person he was disagreeing with was Austin Metcalf. And
no, it wasn't disagreeing with Austin Metcalf, Chris Cuomo. I know you very stupid and you are anti-black racist. It wasn't clear cut, by the way, and I heard you said that as well. It wasn't a disagreement. Carmelo Anthony didn't disagree with nobody. He was bullied, and he was assaulted, and he was jumped. So that's what happened.
You'll remember the jury didn't have a single black person on it, and that was an issue. But the judge had dealt with it.
I don't want to listen to him. Let's get to Chris Cuomo is a fucking idiot. Let's get to this.
For taking the time.
Shout out to Nothing But Nails coming in with the $2 super chat. Miss Lowdown talks bad about Nolan and Carmelo. Of course they do. Because they low IQ people. Very dumb, very stupid. And they want a certain demographic audience. And let me tell y'all something, family. When y'all see a lot of black people that's out here acting like that they for the cause and they for the unity, and you see them switch both sides. Because I told you, I don't sit. I pick my side. I'm for the side of my people. And when you see a lot of people like, Miss Lowdown and Ticket TV, see, they are looking for a certain demographic of audience. I'm not trying to gain the masses. I'm not looking to try to please everybody. I'm for my people and my people only. I'm for the warrior class. Not all black people, because some of them cowards, bootlickers, Sambos, fence sitters. I'm not for y'all. This is the warrior class over here. You can't shame us. You can't victimize us. And you can't spread your lies on us over here. So when you see these people talking negative about Carmelo and Nolan, they trying to garner a certain audience. That's what they trying to do. Because they allow the truth to blind them. That's why you had Ticket TV over there backtracking. And a lot of these low IQ black people out here, very stupid, by the way, backpedaling. So I'm not surprised.
And the opportunity.
Thank you, Chris. Glad to be here with you tonight.
So, you know everything I know and more. What do you make of the developments that we saw today?
I mean, it's another procedural trial hearing, just like yesterday for the judge. Today is for, talk about the retrial, if they're going to grant that or not. Yeah, information did come out. I'll be honest, as a father, I was disappointed, very disappointed in seeing those things. But
he said he was very disappointed at the news that came out about his son. Well, you raised him like that, Jeff. So why are you disappointed? You should be disappointed at yourself because you failed your children. You failed your family. You should be disappointed at yourself. Not what came out about your son, because guess what, Jeff? You knew about a lot of this stuff. Probably not everything, but you knew about a lot of this stuff because you went in the house with them. So I'm pretty sure Megan kept a lot of stuff from you because you a deadbeat. And you know what? By those boys beating up on little girls, they got that from you, Jeff. Did you put your hands on Megan? Huh? Did you beat on their mother? Because these boys was in elementary schools when they was beating up on these little girls, and it translated to middle school, high school, and they was targeting the cheerleaders. They beat up this black girl, kicked her in the stomach, injured her shoulder. They learned that from somebody. Was it you, Jeff? I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not stating this as a matter of fact, Jeff. But wondering minds would like to know, did they get this abusive mentality from you, Jeff? Is that the reason Megan divorced you? Because you couldn't keep your hands off her?
at the end of the day, it's really about the facts of the case, because I have to relive this all over again.
Good.
And no matter what the outcome of this is, my son's never coming home. So
I understand, and I think you've been incredibly strong in how you have stood up and what you've talked about and what you've said. And when you say it was disappointing, are you disappointed in what you heard, or are you disappointed that you heard it at all and that it's part of this situation?
Just disappointed as a father. I mean, we all want our children to be, the best they can be, and obviously we all fall short. But
you fell short, my brother.
To see that information that I had never actually seen before, but I knew.
He said he didn't see it before.
Some of the incidents, we had dealt with it at home, but I'm just saying.
He said he didn't know some of the information that was revealed on his sons. And he know about some of the incidents because he dealt with it at home. He dealt with it at home. So he knew their violent and bullying behavior because he seen them choke Megan out and kicked his ass. So he know about that. Austin and Hunter was just putting belt to ass all through that goddamn house. Just belt to ass. Belt to ass. All day. All day. He knew about this. That's why he's so humble right now. He's talking with a low manner. He put on this stupid ass suit and standing behind this foundation, which we were going to address in this live stream. It's a scam, by the way. So he said he didn't know nothing about this, but some of the stuff I knew about. Why you didn't say nothing about that? You didn't bring this up. You didn't bring this up. And when somebody asked about your injury, you try to make it seem like that Austin didn't do that. Yeah, Austin did that. Austin put their foot in your ass and kicked you out that house. Austin and Hunter became the men of the house. And it wasn't no room for you, Jeff. It wasn't no room for you. They're the captain now.
And I'm just very disappointed in what I saw from my sons. And it still doesn't change the facts.
Yeah, he was disappointed about what happened to his son, but it still doesn't change the facts. No, Jeff, it actually do change the facts. It changes everything in this case. Just because y'all, family, we are not about to sit around and wait on them to be honest. Why are black people waiting around for social media, the mainstream media, and the justice system to be honest about their anti-black racism? Do you think that they're about to be honest for the reason why they railroaded Carmelo Anthony and they didn't want this information to be out? This changes everything. That your son was a thug, a criminal, and a hateful, racist young man. It changes everything. Because the moment that your sons walked in that stadium, all hell broke loose. Why? Because of his history and his background and his parents. It changes everything. Carmelo Anthony didn't walk inside of the stadium and approach your sons. Your sons walked inside of the stadium and approached him. And these people wanted to make it seem like, oh, he just asked him to leave and that's all he wanted. He was the tent police and he didn't mean no harm. All he did was just shove them on the shoulder. Oh, really? Because we just went over the fact that he beat up young girls, punched them in the stomach, injuring their shoulders, smacking teachers, calling his teachers the B word, all that. Choked out his mother. So you think he just approached Carmelo with just, hey, kind sir, hey, young black man. I'm not telling you to move because I once spray painted anti-black racism on a building saying that the Triple K and unalive all black people. That's not the reason why I want you to get out of this tent, right? I only want you to get out of this tent because my coach told me I was the leader of it. And can you just please move? Or was it the fact that he's an anti-black racist, an abuser, a thug, a criminal, and he wants to exercise what he's been raised to do? Was to assault and harm black people, just like those young black girls that he assaulted. Shout out to MJ coming in with the $5 super chat. Anti-black pays more money. And they're narcissistic, so they love being a token. I'm like them. I'm different. Exactly. That's the dog whistle conversation with MJ. That's the dog whistle. I'm not like them. I'm different. I'm not like all black people. I'm holding black people accountable because I care about them. Yeah, sure.
The case. And that's what, and this foundation, because I'll be honest, when I left today, I was very angry.
Why?
I left court.
Why are you mad?
Well, one of the things I'm teaching with this foundation is impulse control, and de-escalation and to regulate your emotions. Well,
oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You got a foundation talking about de-escalation, impulse control. For one, you are not a representation of that. You are a failed father and a failed husband. Your sons are not a representation of impulse control and controlling your emotions. So what makes your son was unalive because he couldn't control himself. He don't have impulse control. So what makes you think that you are going to go out here and teach this to other people's children when you couldn't even do it with your own goddamn kids? How make that make sense, Jeff? How in the hell are you going to teach impulse control? Okay, show me your resume, Jeff. Show me your resume of you teaching this to your children and it was successful, because one of your sons already gone. And from his background coming out, you were disappointed because it really put a nail in this foundation that you're trying to do, which is grifting, by the way. Grifting. Shout out to, what did you say? Scorched Earth coming in with the $2 super chat. Needs to focus on Carmelo text and bring a truth to it. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Tory Experience coming in with the $5 super chat. Austin only fought women and won, never a boy or a man, just like his failure of a father. Uh-oh, the Tory Experience. They don't like that truth like that, Tory. They don't like that. They don't like that truth you spin right there. You better stop it now. You're going to bring more trolls in here.
it took me 15 minutes today driving home to get my emotions in check.
Yeah, it took him 15 minutes to get his emotions in check because he was met with accountability. He was met with reality. So he had to get his emotions in check because he can't control his emotions, right? Because allegedly he beat on Megan. Allegedly, I'm not stating this as a matter of fact. I'm just asking. He couldn't get his sons under control because you know why, ladies and gentlemen? Let me point y'all attention to over here. How you think he got this, family?
He is on his phone. Had a chance to talk with
Look at this.
somebody there with Next Generation Action Network. They tell us they've asked Jeff Metcalf to leave. He said no.
The family told him to leave, right? He got a sling on his arm. Hey, Jeff, you remember you lied about what happened to your shoulder? Well, you just didn't explain it to us because we knew Austin did this to your shoulder, allegedly. Austin did this to your shoulder. He was kicking your ass. He was kicking Megan's ass, right? Explain this, Jeff. You wanted to come to this conference and put on a facade in a front like you wanted to pray with the family. And this whole time, your sons got anti-black views. You have anti-black views. But this is what they like to do. That's why when you seen that march on Washington, all of those white men that was out there with hoods on their faces marching in the streets, right? Because they too coward to stand on their anti-black racism. So when they get done marching, they come back and they're your teachers, your police officers, your doctors, your dentists, your neighbors, your friends, all of that. They mask their racism. That's why Jeff was so upset when Charlie Kirk overdosed on metal. When Charlie Kirk overdosed, right, he was crying. He had on his Charlie Kirk hat, his Charlie Kirk shirt, because they live their racism through their influencers because they too coward to stand on business. So once they raised all this money, he just came out on full-blown racist because he thought he didn't have to go back to work. So, Jeff, you got a slingshot on right here. It's because Austin put his foot in your ass. Now let's go here.
Side, by the way, I think he's there in the room with you. I saw an interview last night. Okay.
Y'all seen that? This goes to show you that these two individuals, Megan and Jeff, had no control over these maniac of children, right? Here we go. Hunter shushing his mother. The anti-black racist Will Kane called Jeff her husband, right? And she tried to defend herself and speak up for herself and try to correct him because that is false. Jeff is not her husband. They are not in a marriage together. So why not tell these the public that this is not true? But these people are never want to be held accountable. They always used to lying, and he shushed her on national TV. And she complied, by the way. She complied.
I think he's there in the room with you. I saw an interview last night. Okay, someone else. I saw an interview last night.
Look at her. Look at her.
Someone else.
Look at her. Look at her. Shook her head and she kneeled. Look at her. She said, okay, I'm a yes, sir. I don't want to get choked again. I don't want to get choked again. No, I don't want to get choked again. So I'm going to comply, right? I don't want you to do what you've been doing to me in my house, right? Because I don't have no control over you. Because right here it say the Metcalf twins were accused of choking their mother. So, and he also got video recordings of attacking his mother and his father. These people are so demonic and thugs and out of control that they record themselves attacking their parents, family. So Megan had to make sure that she didn't defend herself. She can't speak up for herself. And she had to listen to him and nod her head. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You don't want me to defend myself?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Hunter. Don't choke me, please. Look at her.
Okay.
Be quiet. Don't defend yourself.
Someone else.
Look at her. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Hunter. Please don't choke me again. Do not do me like you do me at home. Please. Do not do that. I'm scared. Okay, I'm not going to defend myself because maybe Megan got a husband, a new husband. Maybe Megan got a boyfriend. What it look like she sitting up here and this guy acknowledging that she married to another man and she in relationship with another man. That's disrespectful to her boyfriend or her new husband if she got one. Why would somebody say, yeah, gentlemen, then your wife, that's not my wife. Don't call her my wife. That's not my wife. Let me clear that up because I got a girlfriend. Why would I call my ex my wife when she's not my wife? That's disrespectful to my relationship. And I'd be damned if my son or my daughter shush me on live TV. My foot would be stuck, and they'd be like, "Oh, call CPS or get him." Yes, please. Don't beat me. Don't beat me. Don't beat me.
Who I can hear in the side, but okay.
Don't beat me, Hot
Someone
Pope.
else.
Hot Pope, if he put hands on me one more time, I'll kill him dead. Don't. Shit. I'm gonna tell you, hey family, what you are looking at right here, right, is the flashbacks from the choking and the abuse.
Okay. Someone
that she was like, she had to really catch herself. Look at her. Yeah, be quiet, like I said.
Someone else.
Yeah, get knocked out like your father used to. Yeah, be quiet. Yeah, be quiet. Yeah, because I said so. I run this over here. You remember what I did to you, Megan? I got it on video on my phone, by the way. Be quiet. Let's keep this lie going, okay? That you married to my father. And by the way, family, somebody said cut the commercial. No, I'm serious, family. This is serious. Stop laughing, family. I'm serious. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Y'all know that these boys got video of them beating up their parents. So it was, she was remembering all that time out when she was getting choked out like her father used to, right? And while she was sitting, and another thing, family, have you guys realized you never see Megan and Jeff together? You have never saw them speaking to each other. Even doing this Austin Metcalf Foundation scam that Jeff is starting. Is Megan a part of it? Why Megan not promoting it? It's only you, Jeff. I never see nobody that's a part of the Metcalf family promoting or standing for this foundation that you're trying to receive, that you're trying to start. I never see nobody else promote it but you. You the only person. That's very weird.
I can understand how people can make a split-second decision, and it can be the wrong one.
Like
and
your son.
Put someone in a grave or someone in a cell. And that's why this foundation is why I started it, the Austin Metcalf Foundation.
Wow.
So we don't have situations like this. So people don't feel like I feel today. Because I'm telling you as a parent, you don't ever want to feel this pain, and nor would I wish this upon my worst enemy. And to sit there and watch my son be dragged through the mud again today, the same stuff that was said for 14 months, if you want to try to assassinate character, do what you think is right.
Sir, we didn't assassinate his character. See, you said that we was lying about your son this whole entire time. Pat Fallon said that we was lying. Megyn Kelly, Brandon Tatum, the mainstream media, Fox News. And you see Fox News hasn't posted nothing about Austin history, but they post these fake-ass text messages about Carmelo Anthony. Sir, your son brought this upon himself, not us. We didn't tell your son to spray paint racist graffiti. We didn't tell your son to beat up young black girls. We didn't tell your son to call his teachers the B word. We didn't tell your son to kick your ass. We didn't tell your son to choke out his mother. We didn't tell your son to be on 10 a year on probation. We didn't tell your son. This is what your son did. We're not smearing him. We're just stating the facts. And you mad. You're mad, Jeff, because you are a failure of a father, a failure of a man. And we was right the whole time about y'all. And now y'all got to come back and kiss the ring.
But at the end of the day, the facts are very simple. He stabbed an unarmed child to death.
Okay, so we know that part. He defended himself. So we know that.
And that's it.
No, that ain't just it. That ain't just it. Don't try to see these people, family. Do y'all think I just be making it up when I be saying that these people hate accountability. That's why they run over here to these Sambo channels, and it's hard for them to stick around over here. That's why they got to troll so much over here. That's why they got to come over here and troll and run. Because accountability is hard for this guy. He don't want to accept accountability that, listen to me, Jeff, Carmelo did he did you a favor. He got rid of the trash. Jeff, you don't have to worry about getting beat up. Megan don't have to worry about getting choked out no more. Right? You still got your other shoulder. Y'all don't have to worry about this menace running around terrorizing people. You should thank Carmelo Anthony. Okay? You should thank him. You don't have to worry about your shoulders being broke. Megan can probably speak up for herself now. She still got to deal with that other animal over there, but I'm just saying, Carmelo did y'all a favor.
Story. You can make up whatever color, whatever happened. Whatever happened 4, 5, 6 years ago had nothing to do with what happened that day.
Oh, so what happened 4 or 5 years ago has nothing to do with what happened that day. You know you fucked up, right, Jeff? You know you fucked up. Listen to me, Jeff. I know it's hard. I know it's hard because you thought that we wasn't going to find out about your son's behavior. We wasn't going to find out about your behavior. And it's hard for you to, take all this in, right? Pause. It's hard for you. And now you want to say, this has nothing to do with what happened today. No, Jeff, it has everything to do with what happened today. It shows the mindset of those devils that you raised. Well, you didn't raise them. You abandoned them. It shows the mindset of Austin. That's why he's dead. It shows the mindset of him. Because he was used to getting away with bullying and beating up on black girls. Because he like my sister Tori Experience said, he only got wins off beating up young black girls, never black boys. And then he ran up to one of our brothers and he made sure that he never done it again. That's all I'm gonna say. Right? This has you can say this all day long, that this had nothing to do with that day at the track meet. No, Jeff, it has everything to do with it. And y'all failing to acknowledge that shows that y'all are not genuine people. This is a bad faith statement, Jeff. History repeats itself. His history repeated itself. It just didn't go in his way this time, Jeff. Like you stated in the beginning of this video, Jeff, you knew about some of this stuff because you dealt with some of this stuff at home. With getting your ass kicked, Megan getting slapped up all over the place, these boys going to jail, y'all going down there to the juvenile center, bailing him out of jail, y'all making sure that he don't violate his probation in elementary school. Yeah, these are a bunch of demonic individuals. And this is the reason why he's no longer with us, right? This is the reason.
Underneath that tent.
Jeff, what do you think of the prospect of a new trial?
To be honest, I'll say the same thing as I said yesterday. It's 50-50. It's either going to be granted or denied. I'm fine with either one. So I don't put a whole lot of thought process into that.
Yes,
I'm really putting a lot of thought process because this whole week has kind of put me on hold and not being able to work with my foundation. My foundation is my purpose, my mission. This is what's going to save lives.
Your foundation is not your mission. It's not your purpose. Your purpose and your mission should have been raising those boys as upstanding young men and not criminals. Jeff, your sons was getting arrested in elementary. The same stereotypes that y'all like to put on black people, your sons was exactly that. You know, the black on black crime, the Chicago, that's what your sons are. Your mission should have made sure that your sons was not criminals and not thugs and not bullies. That should have been your purpose. So I don't know what parent, I know some low IQ Neanderthal is going to allow Jeff to teach their kids, but it's like, how you gonna go to the NBA when you ain't got no resume of playing basketball? How? When you come to me talking about you want to mentor my children, I'm going to look at your history, your background. And when I look at Jeff, I'm like, okay, you're a criminal. Your sons are criminals, both of them. You got a failed marriage, failed family. Your son's been criminal since elementary, bullying and violence against people. They racist. You calling black people the N-word right along with your sons. Why in the hell should I have you mentor my sons? You're not credible. You're not credible.
This is what's going to keep this from happening again. I just want to touch other people's lives and change the world one person at a time.
What he want to do is tarnish your children. If you hand your children over to him, your children are going to be anti-black racist criminals, and they might end up in the same place that Austin is at, burning in hell. So you better choose wisely, because, you know, the odds is not in y'all favor, right? It's not in y'all favor.
If I can save one life, I'm a success. But if I can't, I'm a failure.
You are there already. You're
Listen,
a failure.
I think that the judgment is in the effort, brother, not in the outcomes. If you're trying to help people and you're trying to help them de-escalate, and in the ways that you say that the AMF is going to be about, the effort is the standard, not the outcomes. All you can do is try to make a difference, and you're clearly doing that.
No, you're not.
Here's something I wanted to ask you, get your take on this. Look, the information about your son, true or untrue, I get why you don't need to hear it in this setting and you don't want to hear it as a parent. I get you. I'm one as well. But the stuff about Carmelo Anthony and what he said to his girlfriend about wanting to stab somebody and the imagery, the fact that they made a deal to not have that come in, rarely is the victim's character relevant.
Okay, so you see what Chris Cuomo is doing. He stated that the statements about Austin is true or not true, but he's stating the stuff that came about Carmelo is true. About him stabbing his girlfriend, all of this with no facts to back this up. You see what Chris Cuomo is doing. You see this. I told you guys, Chris Cuomo is an anti-black racist. He's a loser. He's a failure. He's trying to run an interference on the Nolan Wales case. So he's going to say the things about your son is true and not true, but you're going to say the things about Carmelo is true? That's what you're going to say? See, you expose yourself like this every day, Chris Cuomo. You're a very dumb, ignorant, low IQ white man. And this is the reason why y'all are dying off right now, Chris Cuomo. This is the reason why nobody across the globe like you people. Nobody. This is why y'all birth rate is low. This is why y'all white women are leaving y'all. This is why they getting piped down, getting that mandingo stick stuck up them. And they singing the tunes of black activists right now. I see a lot of white women are being black activists, right? But it's crazy that you're going to say that this could be not true about Austin, but you're saying about the stuff that came out of Carmelo and stabbing his girlfriend, there's no proof of that. We just broke that down, family. We just broke that down. But listen to this clown.
Need to hear it in this setting and you don't want to hear it as a parent. I get you. I'm one as well. But the stuff about Carmelo Anthony and what
the stuff about Carmelo Anthony, the stuff about him, not the alleged stuff, the stuff that could be true or not true, but the stuff about Carmelo Anthony. But when it comes to Austin, it's like, you know, it could be true or not true.
Said to his girlfriend about wanting to stab somebody and the imagery. The fact that they made a deal to not have that come in, rarely is the victim's character relevant. But the defendant's character is always relevant. And I just thought that was a bizarre deal to make. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I wasn't privy. I didn't know it went down. I thought he was going to testify. Right. And so after the trial, it was explained to me, you know, because I was expecting more information to come out. And they said, well, you know, both sides agreed not to bring character into it, which to me it made sense. Because really what we're looking at is what happened that day underneath the tent. What they did 4 or 5 years ago, I don't think it has relevance as far as what's happening today. Because
no, it do have relevance. It shows the character of both of these boys. And you know what shouldn't been relevant is Carmelo Anthony's background. That should be irrelevant because he didn't target nobody. See, talking about Carmelo Anthony's history should be irrelevant because he wasn't targeting anyone. He didn't go out hunting anybody. He didn't approach anybody. Your sons approached him. And Chris Cuomo is a part of the mainstream media, News Nation, an anti-black rhetoric, an anti-black platform. Because it's always Carmelo Anthony did this, text messages about stabbing people. You didn't see no text messages. Nobody saw text messages, ladies and gentlemen. Let me repeat this again. Nobody saw text messages. You saw a document of notes that they printed out. And they also stated that these are portions of her conversation. But the mainstream media is going to run with, like, this is what Carmelo said. Carmelo said this. We don't see or have any proof that this is what came out of his phone. The prosecution could have easily provided that, but they didn't. They didn't show us nothing. But Russell Wilson and Carmelo Anthony team, they brought documents. They brought facts, police records, probation records, school disciplinary records, victims. Y'all brought hearsay and made up screenshots. Y'all didn't give us context behind these messages or nothing. Y'all bounced around the text messages and say, oh, he said he going to lick the blood off a knife. Oh, he said that he was just going to sit there and punch somebody. Oh, he said this, he said that. Y'all bouncing all over a text message thread. And they told you they did by saying this is not the entire thread or conversation. They told you idiots this. But y'all so stupid that y'all ran with it. Dumb.
I'll ask everybody out there. I'm 61 now. I am not the same person when I was 18 or 19. I don't know anyone who doesn't grow and learn and create mistakes. Of course. Mistakes are always made, but we try to minimize the damage. Because I told my sons this: you're free to make any choice you want in life,
they did.
but you're not free from the consequences.
Yep.
Now,
Amen.
I forgave
You are right.
Carmelo. Now I didn't forgive him for him. I gave him for me, so I'll have peace. So I'll have, so I can go on and move forward.
You should have forgave him and thanked him for taking out the trash. That's what you should have thanked him for. You should have thanked him because now you a 60-year-old, 61-year-old man. You don't have to worry about your bones getting broken anymore. Megan might can, move on with her life a little bit. She still got a thug over there with her, right? But he's grown now. He's finna go ahead and move out the house or whatever. But you should have been singing Carmelo. You really should have been on our side, Jeff. Now that I think about it, you should have been on our side. Because we was going to protect you from those criminals, those thugs. You don't have to worry about having a slingshot on your arm, being over here with us, Jeff. You wouldn't have to worry about, having this on your arm. You would have been fine. You would have been safe. Megan would have been safe. Megan wouldn't have to worry about, not speaking up for herself. Y'all actually should have been on our side. Now that I think about it.
This is not going to keep me prisoner. So, whatever came out about him, I'm not trying to draw conclusions. I don't have all the facts, all the stuff they have on him. I do know it was a 75-page document.
You see, he got a little sense there. He said, I don't want to talk about what was on Carmelo Anthony because I didn't see no facts. See, Chris Cuomo should have said that. Chris Cuomo didn't say that. He said the things that came out about Carmelo Anthony, but you don't have no facts. It was a 75-page of BS. I read it. I read all 75 pages. It was BS. Speculations. He said Carmelo did this. Carmelo said that. And they try to put their own context, their own spin on these messages and not really listen to what the messages are saying. That's why they had to make sure that they didn't give us the entire conversation, family. It's a reason why they didn't give us the entire conversation. But a lot of black people, no, Carmelo said that he don't like black people and all this. Shut up.
And what I saw today was disturbing. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know that. I didn't know it existed.
I understand, and now we know, and we'll see what it will mean. But, Jeff, you'll always have a platform here, and thank you for doing it, and good luck with AMF. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.
So he hurry up and got up out of there. He hurry up and got up out of there. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. We got work to do, family. Thank you guys so much for y'all support. Exactly, Gohan. Where's his autopsy? I don't even know he died of a stab wound. Y'all sealed his autopsy. So I don't believe nothing that y'all say. Free Carmelo Anthony too is backwards. Right? I am for black liberation. I am for black people to be independent. I am developing a warrior class over here. We are not victims. We are victorious. Okay? So are you black people that's cowards? And if I'm a little too much for your ears, leave. I'm not holding nobody hostage. Get away. Because we got work to do over here. Right? We are the elite class of black people. We're not waiting for nobody to come save us. We're not waiting for nobody to be honest and truthful. We're not waiting for somebody to defend us. No, we're going to do the work ourselves. Because we all we got, we all we need. And if you need a political party to assist you on your journey in life, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. You what I like to call the loser class. The loser class. So good luck. But shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys. While you guys are exiting the room, make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Free Carmelo Anthony. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells, ladies and gentlemen. Until we meet again.